having healthy employees on the job is absolutely critical to a company's bottom line. It seems that companies are becoming more aware of how important it is to invest in wellness. I have with me now Tom Underwood, who is with Alere, and it's great to see you, Tom.
It's good to see you again.
Tell me, first of all, how Alere is involved in this space.
First of all, we do provide services to both employers and health plans, and our goal there is, as Alere Health, is to partner with employers and health plans to help them invest in their employees. And investing in employees is a complex challenge for employers, but most people are beginning to realize how important it is that their employees are both healthy and productive when they're at work, and they have to invest in that.
And they're investing in this despite an economy that has been weakening, and also companies that are very concerned with the bottom line?
Great question. In these economic times, it is challenging for employers, but they also do realize that it's a good investment. So if you want your employees to stay with you and you want them to be productive while they are with you, it is critical, and most companies are realizing that the importance of investing in their employees to keep them.
Do you have any statistics on how this has really paid off for companies?
Yeah, absolutely. So for example, we know in the last 5 years that the growth in healthcare costs, 63% of that has been tied to chronic disease expansion and growth. And we know that through lifestyle choices that has a major impact on the development of chronic diseases. So we know that also that there's over 80% of the companies have some level of wellness programs in place. And so employers are embracing the notion that they must manage chronic disease in order to manage healthy employees.
So having exercise programs in place, better food on company compounds and things like that?
Absolutely, absolutely. So it's a wide range, but there's lifestyle choices such as whether you smoke or not smoke. Eating, clearly what you intake has an impact on your body. The amount of exercise and the way you manage stress are really four lifestyle choices that have a tremendous impact on their employees. Having programs designed by employers that focus on those types of actions. So, for example, removing the vending machines that have unhealthy food from the workplace. A simple example of employers not contributing to poor eating habits of their employees.
Mm-hmm. Have you noticed since you've first started in this business, Tom, that it's an easier pitch to people now? When you go into companies and explain what Alere does and what you can offer? Well,
clearly, with healthcare reform and their provisions on prevention, it is a very germane topic, and it is one that we have a lot now. So it is better understood and better accepted. There's still a lot of education that has to go on in the marketplace, but clearly we're having more and more of those conversations with employers now.
And so when you go to see companies, do they prioritize what their issues are? Sure, we'll do the in-house gym, but we won't do, say, paying for yoga.
Absolutely.
Like that.
The key is customizing it to a particular employer and their culture and their environment and the market they live in. So there are certain programs that work real well in certain industries, and then there's others that don't. As an example, if you look at high-tech companies, the type of program that you bring to bear in that type of environment can be quite different than one that we're in a manufacturing facility.
Give me an example.
So, for example, in a high-tech environment, high-tech company, the types of incentives and the type of programs that you have online and through online coaching, it can be different than those in a manufacturing setting, as an example. So a manufacturing setting may respond better to on-site coaching, as an example, as opposed to in a technology-driven company. Don't bother me with the telephone calls. I'll do it online. So just as a couple of examples.
Right. All right. Great. Tom, well, it was a pleasure speaking with you. Thank you so much.
Good to talk to you. Take care.
I'm Mabel John.